What do we have for Gemini? Judgment in reverse. Gemini, I did a pre-spread for you, and the message that I was getting was the judgment angels are clearing the path to success for you. There's something taking place with this full moon eclipse. The struggle, the obstacles are being eclipsed out of your life. And for a lot of you, I feel that this has to do with individuals in your life. It's like they're being distracted from being able to create any sort of stagnation or delay on your path right now. However, in saying that, this doesn't mean that you don't still need to put one foot in front of the other and bring this beginning, this thing you're going after into your life. And I just heard so clearly, Gemini, faith without works is dead. This judgment in reverse goes along with everything that I picked up in the pre-spread and the downloads. This is representing this stagnation being eclipsed out of your life, Pluto Scorpio energy at the foundation of the reading. I feel that this is all happened over the past few days, Gemini. It's like something has shifted in the energy to where the path has been cleared for you. The runway is clear for takeoff, so to speak. I also feel that a lot of you are in an energy right now where you're really analyzing the past. It's an energy of putting the pieces together. You're starting to notice things that you didn't see before. This is allowing you to move forward without stagnation into this new timeline. It's like something was held back from you, Gemini. It's as if there was a piece of information that couldn't be revealed to you until the time was right. You know, I find myself in that space quite a lot. I'll be thinking on struggles from the past out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, I'll see something that I didn't see before, right? It's like looking at a painting that you've looked at countless times, but then you look at it again and you see another image amongst the detail. It's something like this, Gemini. And I just heard very clearly, where's Waldo? And I'm seeing in my mind's eye his outfit, right? The red and white stripes, that may mean something to you. What do we have at the sacral, please? That card really flew out. Hermit in reverse. Virgo energy at the sacral. 2 reversals. This is definitely the end of a karmic cycle here, Gemini. Whatever this is something that you've repeated several times. Now, this could have to do with you giving somebody a second, third, fourth, fifth chance, only for them to let you down over and over again. I just heard for a lot of you, this is a mother, somebody who's been holding you back. And this is actually part of your life path, is to break away from this mother or family member, take it as it fits. There's something about this action you take that has some sort of pressure that comes through from the universe that forces this individual to start self-examining. I feel as though this person is somebody who may have been held back by somebody in their life, maybe when they were your age or even younger. And now they're repeating this cycle. This is generational karma. When the struggles your parents go through, they then burden you with. There's very much an energy right now inside the collective where we're starting to recognize how there's certain generations that didn't do the shadow work, the healing work. And these are the generations that instead delayed and stagnated their own children by passing down this generational karma. But now we're at a point in history where the divine, the universe, God is wanting this energy transmuted and evolved out of the collective. You know, and I feel that what we're seeing as well regarding this energy has this macro to micro scaling effect that we're witnessing. We can see how this energy very much shows up in our own individual lives, but also collectively on a world stage. It's like this ancient slave driving energy that is holding on for dear life. This is generational karma, not only in your own life, Gemini, but this is collective wide. This isn't even just Geminis. We're all dealing with this in some capacity in our own individual lives. People saying they support you, people saying they want you to be the best you can possibly be, but when you actually start achieving that, their behavior tells you differently. Because the thing is with generational karma, the people that are stuck inside that have only developed so far. So then you come along, black sheep kind of energy, Gemini. You evolve that energy. You transmute it. And this is just not something that people, especially elderly parents of these generations that didn't do the healing work, it's just not something that they're ready to accept. However, in saying all that, evolution inside the generational line is how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to evolve. We're essentially supposed to have the torch handed down to us by the authority in our life, and then we pick up where they left off and we carry the flame and develop the energy sequence, otherwise known as our generational line, even further. Where we are heading universally, Gemini, is back to that kind of idea. Golden age kind of energy. The Hermit in reverse, it's a very fearful energy. It's an energy that feels abandoned, or this is, again, it's an energy of generational karma. It's like repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. But I feel this is that energy that you're dealing with. You becoming the best you that you can possibly be makes them feel abandoned. And rather than swallow their pride, try and follow in your footsteps, they would rather stay stuck or have you stay stuck with them in the nothingness. This is very sad when you see this unfold in your life, Gemini. I've had to deal with this, and it's heartbreaking because you want people to go with you. You want them to learn what you're learning. But unfortunately, they just can't go. We're not cut out for it. And it's not your responsibility, Gemini, to lift these people up. Because if you were to be proactive in doing that, you would actually halt your progress. You would essentially sabotage this victory. The only way to help any of these individuals is to lay out an example of how it's done. It's the only way, Gemini. And they can either make the decision to self-empower, swallow their pride, and do the work, or they can remain stuck. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Oh, wow. 8 of Pentacles. Virgo energy again at the solar plexus. So you're very much in this 8 of Pentacles energy. You're progressing forward. You're engaging with the universe and evolving your family lineage. You're on path, Gemini, or you're heading to it. Now, for those of you Geminis that haven't stepped on this path yet, this is a message for you that this energy is here now. It's really time to take the bull by the horns and get to stepping, is what I just heard. Time waits for no one, Gemini. A whole group of you out there have been living your lives for other people. You're too worried about how you taking this path would affect the individual or individuals around you. But the thing is, Gemini, you have to understand that people that truly want the best for you will support you and want you to be happy, no matter how that looks in their life. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot of people in your life right now, Gemini, that want this for you. You actually have to carve out this new path and align with the people that do support you. And most, if not 100% of the time, you're going to have to take this path alone for a period of time. What do we have at the heart? 9 of Pentacles, 8 to the 9. Wow. Virgo energy again. Gemini, I'm picking up this very manipulative energy inside your auric field. I just keep feeling like it's a mother or a female in your life. If it is a male, they've just got a lot of feminine energy, but not in a good way, in a bad way. I feel that this person, I just heard, is unraveling at the seams. It's like life as they know it and the way they've been living is just, it's an old, outdated belief system that this person subscribes to. And again, this really is what generational karma is all about. You get birthed into these families and you're meant to break all that. It's de-evolving energy. It's just not going anywhere. If you're not evolving, you're de-evolving because you're essentially creating this resistance that's going against the grain of expansion. This 9 of Pentacles is telling us exactly where you're going, Gemini. You're on the right path. There's this energy of everything starting to culminate now. I feel that you're starting to see more clear now than you ever have. You see the way forward. You see what needs to be done. There's an energy of security and prosperity on this table. But this is all taking place because of what you've had to overcome to get here. This is chain breaker energy on this table. I also feel that these energies, they're just very codependent on you being around, your energy, you not being the best you that you could possibly be. It's like a parasitical kind of energy. Whether they're aware of this or not, this is how it's showing up on the energetic plane. There's a heavy energy of self-sacrificing and you giving too much to these energies, which is essentially you just not going in the direction you want to go. It's like you keep putting it off year after year, thinking maybe that's not the direction you're supposed to go because it would upset somebody or somebody's. But the direction you're supposed to go, Gemini, is usually not the easiest path to take. There's resistance to you getting on that path. Evolution wouldn't exist otherwise. Evolution is essentially growth. We're constantly expanding out of our comfort zones. The universe is constantly gathering wisdom, and each one of us is like a brain cell inside the universal mind that must keep evolving and gathering more wisdom. If not, we're essentially dead brain cells. Think about it. I just heard, Gemini, live your life like you're a brain cell. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. 5 of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the throat. Here's that energy, feeling left out in the cold because you don't want to walk this path or be in this energy anymore. It doesn't have to be literal poverty. It's more an energy of poverty, an energy of lack. Lack mindset is more what I'm picking up here. But eventually, having this sort of mindset will lead to poverty in all areas of your life. It's just an energy of being completely hopeless, and it has this trickle-down effect into all these different sectors. And then when you're in your old age, you're just completely surrounded by this energy, and trying to change out of that energy after letting so much time pass you by becomes more and more difficult. See, the universe will wake us up to make these big changes in our life at very specific times, and it happens astrologically. So like I was saying about the full moon eclipse, it's like the universe saying to you, hey, Gemini, the door's open, let's go. And if you don't take the opportunity, sure, you can do it in the future, but it won't be the most opportune time, and there won't be such a strong energy of universal support. See, I believe that the universe tries to really wake big groups of us up at the same time. So you may come across somebody in your path who went through a spiritual awakening at the exact same time as you, same year. Maybe they have the same zodiac sign as you, but it's like groups. It's like, okay, group B, it's time to step through the portal. And then there's a couple of, people who get left behind because they don't step through the portal with their group. So the mothership's gone, and now they got to wait for the next ship to come around. And God only knows how long that's going to take. This is what I'm picking up here, Gemini. What do we have at the third eye, please? Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. Goes along with everything I just said, right? Let's go. The mothership has arrived. Hand from God, reaching down to assist you in this transformation, Gemini. This is what I mean. We don't get to decide when the mothership shows up or when the hand of God comes down to help us out. That's why it's very important that you take these opportunities when they come up. And again, it's never going to be easy. There's never a perfect time to have an awakening or step into your power. It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. It happens when the universe tells you it's going to happen. If you don't want to accept that and just kick the ball further down the line, that's on you. But what I have also found is that when people do this, these are the people that you'll start to hear saying that God doesn't listen to me. God doesn't answer my prayers. They'll start getting angry at God. God's like, hey, I showed up ages ago for you and you didn't want to go. There's always going to be something, Gemini. For some reason, they want me to keep reiterating this to you. In fact, the best times to go is when there's the most resistance, because that means that there's an energy working to stop you from taking this opportunity. It knows that you're getting ready to step on the mothership, enter this new portal. So they send everything they can after you. That energy is going to show up in the people around you, the family members. They'll start to lay burdens on you that aren't even yours. Tell you that you have too many responsibilities. You can't go and take that opportunity. You can't go there. You can't do this. You can't do that. All these things that from a universal vantage point mean absolutely nothing. I just heard something about a car payment. I literally just heard somebody say, but I have this car payment. This is an example, right? Material things holding you back. Debt holding you back. And yes, these are all things that need to be addressed. But what I have personally experienced in my own life is that you need to put your purpose, your own well-being before anything. And then all of those other things in your life that can be perceived as obstacles just start working themselves out. I was putting my calling off for years and years, Gemini. I had so many obstacles in my life. I just couldn't see any way out. And then finally, God forced me, was like, listen, just have to forget it all, drop it all. We're going to take care of it once we get you on your path. I had to take God's word because I had exhausted every possibility up until that point anyway. So I really had nothing to lose. And sure enough, Gemini, no exaggeration, I stepped out on faith. And within 6 months to a year, all of these obstacles, debt, everything was eradicated from my life. It was gone. Then another year went by and I built back so much I felt like I was in a dream. I'm getting something very similar here, Gemini. I just heard the material world is holding you back. Essentially the matrix, right? The distraction. What do we have at the crown, please? Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the crown. Look, holding you back. I can't go. I got this car payment. I got this, this debt, student loan, these bills. My rent is real high. All of these things, right? These are all just examples, but goes along exactly with what I just said. Sometimes, Gemini, you just get to the point where enough is enough. You need a serious change in your life. You need to step out on faith. Some of you have literally been praying for a way out, and the divine is here. You're like, I can't. Divine's like, well, what did you expect this was going to look like? I honestly do think that some people think that God is just going to drop a bag of money on your front doorstep. This isn't how this works. God shows you what you need to do to get out of the circumstances you're in. And then once God shows you, you are meant to push forward in faith and get to work. This is how this happens. And isn't it interesting? The lack mindset leads to material debt. That's that trickle-down effect that I was talking about. Then it spills over into your relationships, spills over into your career, your creativity, if you even have any left by this point. I just heard you're in threat of indoctrination, Gemini, should you stay any longer. What do we have at the foundation, please? Four of Wands, person. Aries energy. Unbelievable. This Four of Wands from this deck is all about leaving a home or moving out, moving on, transitioning on from people, places, things in your life that are keeping you inside this energy here. Five of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Both of these cards here pick up on poverty, lack mentality. Both of them. There's an emphasis here on your foundation, Gemini. I'm picking up on a lot of instability here. This very anxious kind of energy. Living to work kind of energy, right? Is what I'm picking up on. All of us have dealt with this in some capacity at some point in our life. Most of you out there are still dealing with this, but it really is this energy of being indoctrinated into this system that we're starting to see now all around the world that is unsustainable. We're essentially birthed into these life cycles as slaves to this matrix. The universe is trying to push us into this golden era, but we need to rewrite the script. A lot of you are really being pushed to start going after your dreams. Go after these true heart's desires. Nine of Pentacles, right at the heart. This is how you escape this. This is how you extract that story of hope. This is how you allow the divine to bring the miracles into your life, Gemini. But you got to become this warrior in your life to be able to do it, right? What do we have? The sacral, please. Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Arubas. Gemini, there's this energy here, Hermit stacked with this Three of Pentacles, that is literally telling you that what you want to go after, the direction you want to go in, is not it. This energy is doing everything they can to block your path forward. This is also representing this energy of you feeling burdened by the things they're laying on your shoulders. Goes along with everything I've been saying in this reading. Again, no, you can't go do that because of this, that, and the other, right? Now, some of you could be doing this to yourself, so take it as it fits. And Gemini, I feel the need to say that when you ask for higher guidance, when you pray, you don't get to cherry pick the downloads that the divine gives you. I mean, you can, you have free will, but don't expect the changes to come into your life in this divinely ordered fashion that the divine wants them to come into your life. See, a lot of people do this. I did this for years because I didn't know any better. And a lot of you don't know any better, and that's fine. But I'm here to tell you that the real change comes when you completely step out on faith. It's okay to question. Everybody questions. Everybody gets a little scared and fearful. But that is a strong indication that that's the direction you're supposed to move, because you're supposed to go through the fear. The feeling that you have on the other side, Gemini, when you navigate your path like I'm suggesting here through this channeling, is unbelievable. It's that miracle energy. It's in this moment that you feel truly seen and connected to source. You start to question why you didn't listen and do things in this manner sooner. And this is when you really start to question your environments and the decisions you've made up until this point, and the individuals in your life that influence you to make these decisions. What do we have at the solar plexus? Two of Cups, Salos, Cancer energy. Gemini, the divine really wants you to call in for support right now, but you need to listen, okay? This assistance, like I was saying earlier on in the reading, about the portal opening up, the mothership, this is here right now. I'm picking up an argumentative energy around you, Gemini. This is going to be a sign from the universe. I can practically see it. It's like you make a decision that you're going to go a certain direction, and it's like all hell breaks loose, right? The people around you just see their response to this. And I feel that now more than ever, it's going to be more extreme than it has been in the past, because of how strong the supporting energy is for you right now. There's also an energy here of envy that I'm picking up on. But this Two of Cups underneath this Eight of Pentacles at the solar plexus, this is an energy of you sacrificing your purpose and your path to keep another individual or individuals happy, right? Essentially living your life for another. What do we have at the heart, please? And then we have Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy, Oze, cowardly actions, right? So as you can see here, we have a leopard. A leopard can't change their spots. It's like this person's never going to change. You either get comfortable with the way things are, with the knowing that they'll never change, or you get pushing, Gemini. This is an energy here of just procrastination and self-delusion. It's an energy of creating some sort of diversionary tactics, like we've been picking up. All the things they say to you, all the arguments to stop you from pushing forward. Also, I'm getting a message for some of you. Be careful with people trying to get you to overindulge right now. I'm picking up an energy of escapism. These are all tactics that people are using, or you may be succumbing to yourself without outside influence to stop this movement forward. And then we have Nimamia, Taurus energy, which is the Seven of Pentacles, discernment. 7, 8, 9 of Pentacles, Gemini. Gemini, this is the time that you need to fully overcome your fears. Face this darkness, whatever it is you're facing, eye to eye. You have a really great chance here to step into this portal, this new life cycle, whatever this represents for you. But it's going to be dependent on your willingness to overcome your darkest shadows, which doesn't always have to be inside of you. It can be external from you as well. Usually it's going to be both. The people in your external environment are just reflections on what's going on at a core level. The universe will mirror that energy back to us, essentially mirror our trauma to us by our surroundings as a means to wake us up to it. Very deep. But that's what I'm picking up here, Gemini. This is you understanding, discerning this. What do we have at the throat, please? Three of Wands, Aries energy, Setail, the god of hope. Construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. So it goes along with everything we're saying here. Construction of the universe. You're building this new reality. It's like a new universe that you're being birthed into, so to speak. Help with great works. Says right there, the divine helping you do this. You don't even need to do the heavy lifting, Gemini. The divine will do it for you. But you need to listen to the higher guidance. Follow this blueprint. Help God help you. That's what I'm picking up here. What do we have at the third eye, please? Four of Cups, Cancer energy at the third eye. Mila Heel, the god deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety in travel. Gemini, there's this whole new path opening up for you. Your prayers are literally being answered. But then some of you are like, I don't know if I can go right now. I got this car payment, right? So the divine is here for you. They're like, come on, the mother ship is here. The bridge for the ship is still down. There's still an opportunity. Let's go. And Gemini, you don't need to figure everything out overnight. You just need to get on path. This is what we're getting here. And in saying that, you're never going to figure it all out. This isn't the purpose. The purpose is just to get moving. We're constantly learning. We're constantly making mistakes. We're constantly growing. But you can't grow without making some sort of mistakes on your path. The energy that you're in right now, it feels a little bit too safe. But in saying that, what I'm picking up from a lot of you is that there's a sense of misery inside this safety. So a general example of this is somebody who stays in a marriage because of some sort of sense of stability. What do we have at the crown to close out for Gemini, please? What do we have at the crown to close out for Gemini? Too many cards. Okay. What do we have at the crown, please? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the crown to close out the reading. Hawuhia. God the good in himself. Protection. Prevents discovery of secret crimes, saves exiles. So this speaks on the divine showing you what's been holding you back this entire time and telling you how to move forward to prevent this from ever happening again. And it's also an energy of saving you from a self-inflicted exile. It's like an energy of somebody who lives in a voluntary state of exile. But you know what, Gemini? It's not what you think. Self-exile is you voluntarily being absent to this path. Your real home, that real space, that allocated position in the universe is what you're exiling yourself from by agreeing to stay inside this cycle any longer than need be. Now, saying that, you're obviously meant to run this cycle because, like I said, you're a brain cell inside the universal mind, so you needed to gather this wisdom. But now, it's time to close out this cycle and move on, Gemini. This is very clear, and I know this is going to speak to a whole lot of you out there, but what I can tell you is, without a shadow of a doubt, you have a lot of support here for you right now. So I highly encourage all of you to take what's being given to you. Because when you get over to the other side, you cross that threshold into this new timeline through this portal, you're going to look back and you're going to wonder why you even hesitated doing this, which gets you focusing on all of the things that you may have been entertaining in your life, people, places, things, whatever it is, that held you back from taking this leap of faith with the divine. Gemini, this is the energy I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Gemini. Take care.